want this party started right? Is y'all want this party started quickly? I set it off, I suggest. Y'all, set it off, I suggest. Set it off. Come on now, set it off. Hey, set it off. Listen, the only reason anybody in life should ever want to be an AKA, because you know they all pretty, they smart, but they whores. The AKAs is whores. Okay, I don't care how classy base you. Listen, the more classy base you are, the more undercover of a whore you is. Listen, watch this. It ain't a nan AKA in this chat that ain't gonna tell me they line sisters wasn't whores. Now it might not be you, girl, but it was your line sister. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. They know it's the truth. The AKAs be whores. They be whores. And watch. And all the girls, all the K's in the chat gonna be like, it ain't me, but I did my front. My front was kind of fast. My front. Okay, this is what I need the K's to do, right? It might not be you individually, but I need the K's to tell the truth. Y'all line sisters be whores. Tell the truth. Games people play say, now here he go. I just need the K's to tell the truth. The K's be whores and the deltas be lesbians until they turn 30. They be closeted until they turn 30. It's something about when them deltas get them master's degrees and they move to another city, they be like, fuck that, honey. I'm living in my dick era. That's when they get real masculine. Set it off. Listen, y'all. I'm feeling good today. And I just want to get the party started right. And I want to get the party started quickly. Okay. We're going to do this before we get started because I got some things I need to do. What sorority let me go get a candle. Let me go get a lighter. Hold on. Baby, I'm lighting the 305 candle. I'm lighting the 305 candle today because we finna get it started. Like Luther Vandross say, I'ma take my time and do this thing, y'all. Can I do that? This ice. This called Tito's. Can I do this? Then I'll do this. And I will. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. Y'all ain't saying stop. Oh, baby, we gonna have it all going on. Baby, we finna have it all going on. This some Publix lemonade. We gonna have it all. Which male fraternity got the biggest group of whores? Which male fraternity? You know, these days I got to say male fraternity because with all this non-gender binary and social constructs, fraternity used to belong to a man, but it might belong to a woman. Got just a little piece of this. And in about 20 minutes, just as long as y'all didn't say the alphas, they said the Qs and the Kappas. The alphas, we be smart and we be over the money. Now, I'm going to tell y'all one thing about the alphas. Anybody who be over the money steal, okay? The alphas, they be over the business. They gonna steal, okay? But the organization gonna look good. We gonna present good. We gonna be well-mannered. But the alphas do be messing up the money. The alphas be messing up the money. I got to give it to everybody. I really do have to give it to everybody. The alphas be messing up the money, okay? Because they be all in the books and stuff. The Q dogs, they just gonna treat you like niggas, okay? Every negative stereotype that come along with being a nigga, because see, a Q dog ain't nothing but a nigga with an opportunity. That's all he is. A Q dog ain't nothing but a nigga that was in one of them programs, one of them go to high school, go to college programs, and he went to college. Don't get it twisted. He still got drug dealer, single mama trauma, uncles was no good, letting him drink Hennessy when he was 7 years old. The Q dogs got all that going on in their background. The Kappas, they gonna be gay and they gonna be late. The Kappas gonna be gay and they gonna be lover boys. And they gonna be light skinned and they gonna always smell like cherry almond Jergens. The Kappas gonna always smell like cherry almond Jergens. Real talk, I ain't gonna lie, and I can't even believe I'm about to say this out my mouth, but you probably just want a Sigma. Because Sigma men, they just regular. You'll walk up and down you'll walk up and down Walmart, and he just have no description. The Sigma men, they just here. They ain't got no reputation one way or another, outside of being lame. But I'm going to tell y'all something. When you turn 40, like, and I need all my over 40 people to tell the truth. When you turn 40, lame is actually what you looking for, ain't it, baby? At this age, I don't want excitement. I don't want nothing that lean left or right. Give me lame and right down the middle. Give me lame and plain. Give me lame and plain all day long. When I was young, I needed all that adventure. Want a rough neck? Gotta have a rough neck. Give me lame and plain all day long. Lame and plain. Now, the IOTAs, I don't know what they is because they don't even make the conversation. I don't know them. I don't want to know them. I don't know where they stay. I ain't never been around there. The type of car I drive don't even go on IOTA Boulevard. I don't know nothing about those young gentlemen. I heard that they are swell gentlemen, and I'll have to take somebody's word for it. I don't know them. Okay? I ain't never been around there. I don't know them people. I don't know them people one damn bit. All right. Mama done took her edible. Mama done got her drink. And now Mama finna get it started. We got a beautiful show tonight. We got a guest tonight that's gonna help us get it started. We got, if y'all like to party and hang out and have a good time and do it in a down home atmosphere where you ain't got to worry about Kens and Karens coming through. I'm talking about curated experiences and curated spaces just for people that's black like this and not like this. Then the guest that we got on tonight, baby, she gonna have it all going on and gonna tell y'all about all the things that she and her resources and her business can provide. So y'all hang on a little later for the Philly experiences. Chrissy Watts, she gonna be on the show. We finna get things started. Let me, go. Let's talk about order. Okay, bam. I just had to post something on Instagram. Now let's get this show started. Chrissy, I just posted the flyer on Instagram. You can go down there and repost it, girl. Oh, I'm finna be a little messy. If y'all want to see the new girl from Married to Medicine, go to my stories. I just reposted her in my stories. Go to my stories right now. Y'all gonna see Plain Jane. We call her Plain, Lame and Plain. Lame and plain. If y'all go to my Instagram stories right now, y'all gonna see the new girl. They ain't gonna invite me to shit else because I'm telling all the business. I just accidentally hit add to stories. Okay, go on over there and look at the new girl. She on my she on my stories. Not the first one. That's Dr. Jean Jean. The second one, the lady. This one right here. That's her. That's her. That's the new girl. That's the new girl. Y'all go ahead. Dig all in her business. Dig all in her business. And Brandy, that's her. Brandy. Y'all dig all in her business so we could get it started. So I could run back and tell Qua and Heavenly them and Toya them now what to say. So we ain't gotta wait until the season start to get her business. Y'all go dig up all her business right now so we can find out what's going on. They only been filming for 3 weeks. We need to know all her business by the end of the week. We need to know all her business by the end of the week so we can go ahead and get it started. Lord, this lady gonna cuss me out the next time she see me. Oh, I'm glad somebody put this. Fucking Dineva, it's my 37th big Gemini birthday, same day and age as Armand Wiggins. I would love for you to shout me out. My name is T. T, you didn't pay enough money. Happy birthday, T. Pay some more and I pay a little more and I do it again better. Okay. Somebody said the problem is the Sigmas don't know they symbol. Oh, so guys, really quickly before we get started. Somebody had hit me up on one of the comments the other day, and I just read it today, and they were like, Funky Dineva, you know, I'm a little sad or whatever. I paid you a super chat for a birthday shout out. And so I just want to say this out loud, and I'm saying this as nicely as I can with no type of attitude or nothing. Guys, do not put your money in the super chat with any expectation of me doing anything. And I only say that because not that I don't want to do it. Sometimes I'm just in the flow and I don't see it or it's not relevant to what's going on. So I don't want anybody sitting at home feeling away, feeling like they paid for something and they didn't get it. Just because you put money in this super chat does not guarantee whatsoever that I'm going to read any of what you say. I try to get to them when I see them, but T, enjoy your birthday, friend. I hope you have a very, 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 very happy birthday. And I hope because you put $5 in the chat that you can find somewhere in your town where drinks is $4 and you can leave that extra dollar for a tip because you a money hungry bitch and you not very generous. Because if you really wanted me to go up, if you really wanted me to see it, you got eyes, but they not for me. You better use them for what they for, and that's to see. My eyes, I see 50s real good. I see 50s real good. I see hundreds with 20/20 vision. But fives, I don't really see five. I don't really see fives good. Like, it be, you know, my eyes be watching God for $5. I'll be up here waiting on melodies from heaven to rain down on me, and 5 ain't heavy enough to rain down. Moving right along. Let's get this show started. And somebody said something about the Patreon. Girl, I'm coming. My basement flooded out. Okay, work with me. The Donald Trump don't cut FEMA. I'm down there shoveling water. And y'all want me to shovel these boring ass shows. It's coming. Hold on to your love. It's Pride Month. And so we got to talk about something. Here is where I'm ready for the world to be. Hold on, baby. Somebody. See, I told y'all. See, I see red. Hold on. I see this. See, this how you do it. Tanisha Murdoch, any relation to Shirley? You're that lady's husband. Come on, 99. Y'all see how I saw that? I stopped the show. I saw that, baby, and it was in red. I saw that real good. You want your messages to get read, you got to be a smart and genius woman like Tanisha Murdoch. Okay? The Murdoch family, baby, they always been all right with me. I don't care what nobody say about the Murdochs. They is some good peoples. They would give you the shirt off their bike. They some good peoples. Very generous peoples. Very generous people. Rich like this and not like this. Tell your mama them I said, hey, I'm going to call you when I get off, girl. This is what we're going to start doing, y'all. We no longer live in a world where it's okay to dig up people's old tweets. All right? I'm past it. I'm over it. I'm not interested. And somebody give me in the comments, what is the threshold? How many years have to go by for us to render what somebody tweeted or posted on social media to be no longer relevant to life? Like, how many years have to go by? We know for a fact 10 years is far beyond the threshold. But I think 7 is more like the number. 7 is more like the number. But when we start getting into 10 and 15, we have to let it go. And I know that my commentary on what Candace Dillard had to say, a lot of people might be surprised that I'm not finna go in and let have. But I am not bothered by what any person, and follow me here, I'm not bothered with anybody has to say that was 10 years ago. And especially when it comes to Black people in relation to homosexuality, because listen, we already know off rip, whether you're homophobic or not, I think that it is a safe statement to say, generally speaking, not just the Black communities, many communities are anti-gay or ignorant when it comes to gay stuff. This was 2010. We are in 2025. This is when this girl first started working, got into the workforce or whatever. And she said, Queenie, gay men irk me. At 41 years old, I have heard Fish say this all the time. It don't bother me. I'm personally turned off by men who are too into fashion. It's a fine line. When you do too much, I'm disgusted. It makes me think gay. This ain't nothing I ain't never heard Blackfish say before. These are things that y'all growing up have said to me to my face. It just does not bother me. I am so used to Black people in the beginning of their evolution thinking and feeling this way. It does not bother me. She says, I think my office mate might be a little gay. He does some strange things that makes me raise an eyebrow. Phaedra's husband is so awkward. I think he might be gay too. Now, let's face it. Back in 2010, Candace had a wild stick up her ass for the gays, okay? It's beyond obvious. But the only reason why I'm giving a little grace is because if I'm being honest, this is the way I experience most Black people. Some, not all. And I said Blackfish, yes. We done getting mad on this platform with me calling hoes fish. We done getting mad about that. If that bother you, exit stage left. I said what I said, and I ain't changing it. All right? I'm used to Fish acting like this, especially Blackfish. All that matters is in 2025, she came around and said, Happy Pride to all. Someone recently said Pride is a protest, and it is. It's and in fact, a resistance to celebrate boldly. It's an act of resistance to be who you is and who you are. Love y'all deep down inside. People evolve. People evolve. People evolve. She evolved. And for me to not show Candace grace or for me to not show anybody else grace is for me to not show my own mama grace. I grew up in an environment where my mama and family members drove up and down the street. Like, look at them faggots. Look at them sissies on the bus stop. And then her son became one of those faggots and one of those sissies. And she had to evolve and reimagine the way she looked at her own son. So if I can give my own mama grace, I can extend grace to anybody who has evolved. She simply evolved. Can we please stop digging up tweets from people? I honestly think 5 years is the span of relevancy. 5 years is the span of relevancy. Don't come at me with some shit somebody said from 10 years ago. Okay, people, the people is showing out down here in the super chat. Desiree said, where is Riot and Rio? I got a cat. I hope you feeling them dogs because they're a little quiet. They actually both down here. Let me show y'all. They actually... There go one. There go the other. They both down there while I'm doing the show. The girl evolved, though. We got to make room for people to evolve. Hold on. Let's see. Somebody said, where's Rio and Riot? Sending you some love from Amsterdam, Galliano, and I take all that love. I'm gonna be over there real soon. I want you to show me a good time, a real good time. They said, Funky, talk about how ICE tried that bull crap in Minneapolis. One thing Minnesota gonna do is go up against the police. We gonna get there, sweet swag. All right, let's get into it. That's the gay pride stuff. Let's get into our political corner. In the political corner, the girls are fighting. Elon Musk says, I'm sorry, I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. So here's the thing, guys. Elon Musk, he announced last week that he stepped away from Doge. He's no longer in charge of that. And I simply said he don't got everything he wanted and needed out of Donald Trump. His lease, his contract is up. He don't got a hold to all of our information. He don't put Trojan horses in all of the government systems. He don't been delivered his wires. He don't got his 40 acres and a mule. He's been promised all the NASA contracts. He done got everything that he needed, signed, sealed, delivered, lock, stock, and barrel. And he's at a place now where he don't have to give a damn no more. I don't think he ever liked Donald Trump. I don't think he ever respected Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump needed him. And I think that he had something that Elon Musk wanted. And now that Elon Musk got it, now that Elon Musk got what he wants, he's done. He's done. And Donald Trump ain't going to say too much because Elon hold the secrets. Elon got everything he needed from Donald Trump, and Trump ain't gonna do too much because Elon got the secrets. And what I do hope is that one day we find out that Elon Musk was actually an evil genius on the side of right, and that he just had to infiltrate the system in order to get in there and find out where all the skeletons and bodies are buried. And he comes back and does like super great good for the world. Wishful thinking will probably never happen, but that's how I feel. So let's take a listen to another white gentleman who was a part of one of the big ICE raids on the construction sites. And here's what he had to say. And this is our last story in our political corner.
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate over this, and I really don't give a fuck. But the point is, I've been doing construction work pretty much my entire adult life, over 20 years, 21, 22 years now. Right now on this job I'm on, right now, there are about 5 of us white guys out here. There's probably 2 or 3 black guys, and the rest are Latinos. And I say the rest being 100 to 125 guys. Now I've been on this job for 6 months, and that's been about the average. I wished all these guys would get their citizenship and do things legal, but the point is that they haven't. But if you send all these guys back across the border, everybody says, oh, they're going to raise the wages and all the white guys are going to get these jobs. Bullshit. Like, I don't know what fucking sandcastle you got your head shoved in, or whose ass you got your head shoved in, but no, they're not. I've watched the Americans completely quit working. People my age and younger don't work. They don't, and especially ain't gonna do a physical job. So all you people saying, oh, they're going to increase the wage, and all these thousands and thousands of white guys are going to get these jobs. Like, have you done lost your fucking mind? I mean, come on. What's going to happen is people like me are going to be sitting at the house because there ain't even enough people to put a crew together to be able to fucking work. Fuck, man, this country and government, everybody just went to fucking shit, man. Damn, y'all keep working, baby.
And you know what? I was willing to risk my monetization on this video to let Bubba Sparks go off. You know, all them F words. This video is probably going to get demonetized, and I'm probably doing this whole show for an hour, but I think it was worth getting the message across from another white man, because you're absolutely right. But if y'all think one time that they're going to magically raise construction wages to $40 an hour, and now all of these, the bigger question and the bigger conversation that we need to be having is the fact that construction jobs and field jobs and road work jobs, it's not even a question of wages. I ain't never heard an American alive say, "Ooh, baby, I would love to get out there and do this work if it paid well." It's not a matter of wages. It's a matter of we simply ain't doing it. It literally is think about it. If somebody called you right now and said, girl, I found out due to the short of citizens, due to the short of labor, they paying $75 an hour for people to get out there in the field and pick strawberries and pick oranges and stuff. Y'all still ain't going. Y'all still ain't going. I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't doing no work that hard. I don't give a damn how many bills I got. Exactly. Somebody said it feels too close to slavery. It's too hot. It's just too hot. It's too hot. The benefit don't outweigh the cost to me. It's not worth it for me to go make $1,000 a day in the hot sun. And I think a lot of people feel that way. There are some people who will do it, and hats off to you. But with Americans, and here's what people got to understand. Yeah, wages is a part of it, but there's just a certain level of entitlement that being born and bred an American that we all carry. And one of them is we too good to be outside doing what we consider to be menial work. We not doing it. We not doing it. We not doing it. We ain't. So again, here is the beautiful thing about the planet, the globe, the universe. If left alone long enough, the planet, the globe, the universe will always take care of itself. It will always take care of itself. And you know what, guys? I am starting to believe that maybe Trump and all of what's going on right now is and was necessary for us to recalibrate and truly get an understanding of what the problem is and what we're dealing with. I always speak on this platform about being a part of the Nickelodeon generation, and like racism didn't exist, and we just all watched Saved by the Bell, and we watched California Dreaming, and everybody got along, and you know what? And maybe this needed to happen to my generation for us to not get comfortable and think that everything is peaches and roses, and make us realize that there's still a lot of work left to be done. I don't know the answer, but what I do know in my 41 years of life is that it always works out the way it's supposed to work out. And so, yeah, I think once y'all deport all the immigrants and all these industries collapse, them collapsing is actually what needs to happen so we can rebuild them properly. And I don't know if rebuilding them properly looks like rebuilding them with Americans being paid fair wages, or if it's rebuilding them and giving these immigrant and migrant workers the respect that they deserve. But either way, it's going to all work out for our good when it's all said and done. Moving right along, guys. I don't know whether to be happy with this or rather to cuss Carl Crawford's ass out. It feels like trolling to me. But Carl Crawford takes to Instagram and he's showing off all of his RIAA plaques that he received from his projects with Meg the Stallion. And he put shout out to Meg the Stallion. We had a little rough patch, but real ones always push through. And the little rough patch that he's talking about seems to be referring to the legal issues that they had when he refused to renegotiate her contract in 2020. One major disagreement between the parties was which projects released by Megan counted as full albums to satisfy the requirements of her initial contract. Amid the back and forth, Megan was granted a temporary restraining order against 1501, her then distributor, after they tried to block her from using her own music for promotional purposes. And in 2023, it was confirmed that Carl and Meg the Stallion are pleased to announce they have mutually reached a confidential settlement to resolve their legal differences. And as part of the arrangement, they both have amicably decided to part ways. I'm glad they settled it. Neither one of them have truly come out and told us what the settlement agreement is. I want to say that this feels like trolling, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not trolling. I don't know. It just goes to show, though, the music industry is very corrupt. And oftentimes, when people get in the music industry, especially people who don't have a music industry background, you are their property. You are a commodity. And the thought process behind any, especially if it's a startup label and it's the little engine that could, the thought process really is, I'm going to go out in the world, find a workhorse. I'm going to put my own money and resources up behind this workhorse. The workhorse is going to bring in millions of dollars, by which they're only going to get 400,000 of it, and I'm going to keep the other 4 million. That is honestly the thought process of anybody who enters into the record business on an executive or label level. Their intention is never for you to be richer than them. Their intention is always to be the gatekeeper. And so you have to be very careful when entering these types of deals. And, you know, I know we can tell people all the time, look at TLC and look at all these other groups. But the reality of the situation is, a bad deal is better than no deal, right? And especially when you have no connections to the music business and somebody comes along that has a level of celebrity and a level of money and a level of connection, and they be like, oh, you know, we're going to do this for you. I mean, TLC had no choice but to take that deal from Pebbles. It was that deal or no deal. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are an artist that truly has leverage. And the reality of the situation is, if you are an artist that truly had leverage, you wouldn't be talking to a Carl Crawford. So, you know, all we can say is, those of you guys out there in the music industry that are still whatever, I encourage you to go the independent route until somebody legit calls you. Go the independent route, grow your social media, get your streaming numbers up until you get a legitimate call. What's a legitimate call? Let's just say a label that's got some history. Let's just say a label that's got artists on it whose careers you actually want to mimic. You want to call from L.A. Reid. You want to call from Clive Davis. You want to call from Simon Cowell, Randy Jackson. You want to, you know, you don't want Berry Gordy. You don't want Pebbles. You want Babyface. You want people like that calling. But these little, you know, reformed dope dealers and reformed athletes, trust and believe me, they ain't got nothing for your good and stored in their bag of tricks. Okay. They said Clive dead. Clive ain't dead. He around there playing to somebody boongie. Over there in New York in lieu of a record deal. Moving right along, and I want to get y'all opinions on this. California track athlete was stripped of her state title after using a fire extinguisher to celebrate. Officials say her behavior was unsportsmanlike, and I worked so hard for that title. Take a listen, guys.
I worked so hard for that title.
The greatest moment of 16-year-old Clara Adams' young career taken away from her because of a celebration. After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
When she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration. And the CIF officials made that about them. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. The booth, CIF booth went crazy. They loved it. But those few guys in those jackets, they took offense to it, didn't like it, and they made a decision based on emotions.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach and extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title. It's a celebration made famous by American sprint icon Maurice Green, who enjoyed her paying homage to him and thinks she should get her state title back.
When I heard, like, because it happened and then people just started calling me, oh, this girl who just won the 400 redid your celebration. And I was like, huh, what? If it was away from everyone and not really interfering with anybody, I would say reinstate her.
One clear infraction was Clara's father hopping the railing onto the track after the race, but says he only did that because of how CIF officials were treating his daughter.
There's a CIF rule saying you can't come over the wall, you can't be on the infield, which is a rule respected. But at this point,
all right. So here's the thing. I absolutely think that the officials did way too much. When I looked at the video, you know, I was prepared to be middle of the road on this. First of all, she did it over there in that little patch of grass, and quiet as it's kept, it looks like majority of the people in the vicinity missed it. Okay. It didn't even look nowhere near as large as the celebration that the other young man did. Here is where things get a little murky for me. When you black like this and not like this, you already walk into situations just knowing we have to dot every I and cross every T. All right. The fact that your father brought the fire extinguisher with him, brought it into the stadium, had it there ready. You know, two things can be true at the same time. Y'all did too much and the officials did too much. I definitely think the punishment is excessive. I definitely think it is. Somebody said both sides overdid it. I think both sides really did overdo it. And if I'm being honest, and I'm speaking as a non-athlete, but when I cover these athlete stories and I talk to you guys who were athletes, there are a lot of rules about how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and y'all be fully aware of the rules, and then y'all want to celebrate in ways, and then you want to hijack the Black Lives Matter movement or whatever is going on politically or racially to get everybody all riled up to support your cause. And here's the thing. That's our daughter. That's our niece. And I support everything that she got going on. But I'm going to tell you something, sis. I'm not going to lie to you. With everything that we got going on politically, economically, and socially right now, I'm not going to promise you that when I go to the Black delegation meeting this Friday at 8 o'clock and we have the agenda items of what the whole Black community going to get behind next week, sis, I'm not going to promise you that this going to make the list. I'm just not going, and here you go with the respectability politics. Well, call it what you want. Well, okay, then fine. Let me take the respectability politics out of it. Okay, you're right. let me take the respectability politics out of it. You ready? Since I since I can't be middle of the line, since I can't be middle of the line with it, since I can't be middle of the line with it without y'all accusing me of it being respectability politics, then if that's the case, she deserved to have a state title taken away for unsportsmanlike conduct. There. There. Then she deserved to have it taken away. I ain't even seen the book yet, and I know the book says that you can't be doing all those outward boisterous displays of celebration. So since it's about respectability politics, fine, let's take that off the book. Let me not be middle of the road and try to show both people grace. The officials couldn't have made that alert if she didn't commit an infraction. How's that? And how's that? Take the respectability all out of it. They could have never made the call had she never committed the action. How was that? Somebody said her dad didn't read the fine print. How is that then for respectability politics? She deserved to get her thing taken away from her then. She should have followed the rules. Birds in the sky. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Moving right along. FAMU, Marva, and her wig. Let me tell y'all something. Marva is turning FAMU every which way except loose. Now, I didn't know that Marva was being paid $650,000 to go over there and tear up FAMU. But when I tell y'all, these people is mad with Marva. And I just want to say this one thing about Marva before I play the story. Marva, you a better woman than I ever be. Because there is no way in hell that I would ever in my life take a job that was so public facing and nobody wanted me. And maybe my body and my cells and my blood are just too sensitive to what other people think. But there was just no way I could go in there and have my dry cleaners press my Good Learners New York. I go down there and get me an old nasty pair of taupe stockings from the JCPenney's, put on my shiniest patent leather piece of pumps, and punch it to a job where nobody wants me there. To when I wake in and I walk in and the staff is there and all of the greetings and the good mornings are fake. I don't want to walk into a welcome to FAMU meeting where they have donuts, coffees, and croissants out and it look like somebody done spit in the croissants. Y'all get into how they doing Marva ass in.
They be knuckin' and buckin'.
I feel like students honestly are ready to fight.
A fight for transparency.
Listen, Justin, it could go from 0 to 100 real quick.
This woman has one HBCU community hissing.
MAGA is trying to take over leadership at several of our beloved institutions.
She has no university experience, but has been named the president at FAMU.
We know HBCUs have always been a target.
The stinger, she has ties to the Republican Party in Florida and is drawing new concern. Is a Republican takeover about to happen at other HBCUs too?
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. It's not just about the Republican takeover. if the lady had university experience, if she had university experience, then, you know, the argument would have to be, guys, give her a chance, you know, don't do that, try her out. I think that there's a twofold issue here. There's a twofold issue of, one, they're trying to dismantle the house from the inside out. But the second thing that nobody is talking about is just the blatant disrespect for Black lives and Black higher education either. They care so little about us and about how we feel that they was like, bitch, we gonna send somebody who ain't even got no experience, and y'all hoes just gonna have to get into it. That's what they did. They said, we gonna send somebody over there with not. In what world do you send somebody to be the new store manager of Target and they ain't got no retail experience? In what world do you send somebody to be the new director of transportation for Miami-Dade County and they come from a kindergarten teaching background? In what world do you send somebody to the cafeteria to be the head cafeteria lady and she don't know how to cook and has never cooked for masses of people? In what world? And in what world do you accept the job? Just another MAGA mammy. How are you even proud? How are you even proud? If somebody called me right now and said, Funky Dineva Ross, we got a position over here at NASA that we're going to pay you we're going to pay you $900,000 a year. Don't get me wrong. Would I want the money? Absolutely. Would I think about it and talk it over with my friends? Absolutely. But I do think that there's a certain point where I'm going to be like, ooh, child, I'm not qualified to do this. And I'm probably going to have to walk away from it. Now, things that would make somebody not walk away from this. I don't know what Miss Marva did before this, but I'm assuming that she didn't make close to $650,000 prior to this job, because if she did, she wouldn't have took it. If she did, she'd be like, I could stay in my little industry and do what it is I was doing, making money the way I was making money, doing it that way, okay? Doing it that way, than to be doing it the way Miss Marva doing. And then the thing about it else too, Marva, what makes it really bad is that your wig not even good. Now you going to a HBC situation where every Black girl that's going to that school is going to run into another Black girl that's going to be doing wraps and sew-ins in the dorm for a nasty 40. You can't be going in there with a $650,000 salary looking worse than the girls in Pattyfoot getting a $40 wrap. They're automatically just not going to respect you. Those Black women at FAMU be dressed. Listen, those ladies, when you have a job at a Black institution and you've been there for over 15 and 20 years, baby, your closet is nothing but the fashions. Let me explain something to y'all, and y'all can talk about HBCU pride. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about it, two things for sure. I didn't have enough money to attend FAMU, okay? Because them hoes was too dressed over there. Y'all was too dressed. Y'all be too dressed at them HBCUs. I'm sorry. Now we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about this. One reason not to go to a HBCU, because you Black and ain't got no money to be dressed. Y'all African-Americans, y'all African-Americans down at FAMU, baby, I didn't take my ass over there because y'all was too dressed. Hair was always done. Okay, every female at FAMU looked like she was trying to IG to be a Delta or AKA. Hair was always done. Always in heels, always had on the latest blazer from Express or from BB with the jeans on. Oh, and please don't let her have had a position on campus. Don't let her have been Miss Dorm President 99. Oh, she was dressed to the T's. Florida State University, baby, Baby, we went to school in our pajamas. We went to school in slides. And in all actuality, the culture was different at a PWI. We actually looked at you and was like, bitch, you doing way too much. You didn't fit in at Florida State if you was walking around trying to be all jazzy, except for Wednesday. Wednesday was our day in the union. Now that's when we pulled out all our outfits. But here's the thing. At a white school, we only had to pull our outfit out one time a week. Y'all hoes had to pull y'all outfits out 5 days a week. Baby, I didn't have enough money at FSU to keep up with y'all Africa Americas. Y'all Africa Americas dressed us down. And maybe us blacks at state, maybe we was hating on y'all, maybe we wasn't, but we stayed side-eyeing y'all like y'all be too dressed and y'all be too jazzy over there at FAMU, baby. We that was one thing about going to a PWI. We did not have those pressures. But speaking of pressures and experiences, because that was a very unique experience that y'all gave us over at FAM. And I got to bring my girl Chrissy Watts to the stage, who's going to tell us about some other unique experiences from Philly experiences. What's going on, Chrissy Watts? How you doing, my love?
Hey, Funky Bunch. How y'all?
I seen you over there giggling. That was you in your younger years. Was you one of the girls that was just doing too much with the heels and the wigs and the makeup, or was you just regular like me?
Absolutely not. So I was the shy, awkward, quiet girl in the back of the class that you was concerned about.
I love it. So, Chrissy, tell us a little bit about you, what you got going on, and why you are on my line.
Well, I'm here because with this current administration, we got to talk about Black erasure and how many industries that we can get into. And I started Philly Experiences in 2018 as a way to combat Black erasure here in Philly. I'm Philly native, mom, went to school here, all the schools, college, dropped out the whole bit. And I just feel like tourism was a sneaky way for me to hold on to Black culture. It's a way to preserve Black culture. And now that I'm noticing that he's attacking our museums, I had to get on your platform in front of your audience, especially now that you're traveling and doing down to the bar and connecting the dots. Like when you visit a majority Black city like Philly, you should be able to find a tourism company that does walking tours, soul food tours, dessert tours.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm here to represent for me and several other tour companies that is happening here in Philly, starting with mine. And I'm excited to be here.
Oh, come on. I see you already spoke to my heart because I'm on this edible. It's starting to kick in and I'm getting the munchies. It's so funny. It's just certain buzzwords that can get people going. I've never in my 41 years of life ever heard somebody say soul food tour. So give me the rundown. Me and my people, we just touched down in Philly. I just got your number off a sleazy bathroom stall at the club.
Not me, girl.
For a good time. If you're looking for a good time and something to eat, call Chrissy Watts for the Philly experience. So I call you the next day and I say, I'm in your city and I'm hungry and I heard about these soul food tours. What you gonna say to me in return?
So if you're actually in Philly, you're new to Philly, you just moved here, you plan on visiting, you know, we have the festivals, we have a Doom Day coming up, we got Culture Fest, you name it, like really popping in general. But ever since the Super Bowl, we really popping. So I have two tours that people can choose from. Either the Black Be Beautiful mural tour, which is all murals. We are the mural capital of the world. And I have the Uptown Soul Food tour. Now the Black Be Beautiful tour, that's for all ages. So you can bring your kids. It's all walk-in. It covers the history of North Philly, the mural arts program, and just the hood heroes. Like I'm a hood advocate from the hood. And I'm not going to let them just erase the culture that we have instilled in our neighborhoods for sure. And then the Uptown Soulful Tour, which is becoming really popular, is adults only.
Okay.
It's 4 hours of blackness.
Yes.
All are welcome.
Yes.
It's very adult, very black. You have to be 18 and up. And we just enjoy Uptown. Uptown, the northwest section of the city. And it all tours, all tickets, no matter what experience you book, whether it's the public ones or the private ones on my website, 100% all inclusive. One price. You show up, no surprises. We're going to have a good time. Period.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so it's funny. So you said you guys are one of the mural capitals of the world, and you said the Something Philly mural project. So I've never been to Philly. Is murals just something big in the city that the city pours money into, or that the community participants pour into? Tell us about Philly and these murals.
Yes, so we are the mural capital of the world. We have over 4,000 murals that have been created since 1984.
Okay.
The mural arts program has been pumping out 50 to 100 murals per year since its inception, and it's so fun. Well, I guess I should say it's a nonprofit, so their funding comes from many different sources, and our art is technically temporary, which is sad. So I like to hold on to any Black artists, any Black faces that are featured, and all of our Black stories that's all over the walls. And our murals are anywhere from a couple of feet to 2 to 3 stories high.
So, I love the conversation that we're having about the murals right now. And really quickly, because if anybody is familiar with Wynwood, Miami, which is just a neighborhood of Overtown where my mama and her cousins and them played and grew up, and anybody who's Black and knows about or from Miami, their family is from Liberty City or Overtown. And it was the same thing really quickly, guys, for you guys who are unfamiliar with Wynwood. It was an area of dilapidated warehouses where graffiti artists were just going and putting graffiti and murals on everything. And essentially the city could not keep up in terms of finding the people, arresting the people, and painting over the buildings. And so it became one of those things where they were like, God damn it, if we can't beat them, join them. And people started coming to Miami Beach, but they were like, you have to go to Wynwood to see all of the great graffiti art. And then all of a sudden, the rich white folks got a hold of it. And now it's the art district of one of the art districts of the world, where the Black and brown people, we the ones who set it off with the mural art, going to jail for it. Now we can't even get a damn mural space over there. So to your point, our art is very special. It is very beautiful. It does need to be preserved. And like you said, it is also temporary. Tell us though, outside of the murals and the food got me. Why the food got me all together?
Yeah.
How long are each of these tours?
So the Black Be Beautiful mural tour, that's 2.5 hours.
Okay.
And it goes by, all of the tours go by fast. None of the guests ever want to leave. Like, we've been out there 6 hours. We've been to the bar after the fact. We've been down to the bar, I should say, after we've done some of these tours, just having a good time. Because my favorite thing that I've learned while I travel, I'm still new to solo traveling because I've been in this all these years. My favorite thing is getting the local experience. I don't want anything touristy. I want to stay in the Airbnb. I want somebody to show me around, and I want to be around the way. All the other stuff you can get anywhere, right?
And you're right. I don't want the stuff that you can easily find on TripAdvisor or Google. I think there is nothing better than when you go to a city and you can say to somebody, like, where's the little hole in the wall spot that the locals go to when I want to have a good time and get something nice to eat? And y'all, if you are looking for that local Philly experience from a Philly native that know what the hell going on, who knows where the good food spots at, who knows where the good chill spots are, who gonna put together a nice situation for you and your loved ones and your travel buddies, then you want to check out the Philly experience. And the website is down to the bottom. Let me ask you this, Miss Christy, do we got any type of promo codes or coupon codes, anything going on, or do they just need to visit the Philly experience? So
2 things are happening. For anyone that's visiting the city, our tour season is short. From now, starting this Saturday, June 7th, is the first Uptown Soulful Tour of the season. There's still a few tickets left. And for the Black Be Beautiful Tour, that's happening now every other weekend until July 26th. You can get $10 off using Funky 10 in the checkout. But for anybody that's coming to Philly from this year, next year, during the week, and you don't get a chance to connect with me, we now have a new guide called The Ultimate Guide to Black Philadelphia. It's a digital guide, and it comes with 2 bonus guides for a limited time just for the Funky Bunch. And you can grab it on the website. You can go on my Instagram. You can hit the link in my bio, hit the guide. For just $7, you have access to my favorite Black businesses, things to do, wellness spots near any tourist attraction that is happening, whether it's North Philly, not Northern Liberties, not Brewery Town, North Philly, or downtown Philly, Center City. You can connect. So grab the guide. And with that $7, I use 100% of the proceeds. It supports the 50 businesses that's in the guide and the ones that's a part of the tours. And it's going to help me do something a little different this year. I've been feeling the need to try something new with this administration. I feel like we need more community. And so for the first time, I'm creating something called the Black Ass Day Trip. And we are getting out of Philly. For those who are local, who's trying to connect, make friends, or you want to make friends or come to Philly, you plan on visiting, the proceeds from this guide is going to help me put on these bus trips.
Nice.
So we can connect to nearby cities, whether it's DC and we go see the museum before they take everything out, or we head to the Jersey Shore and we check out, and or anywhere we need to go, or whether it's New York. So that's something that's coming soon. It's exclusively announced here. I've not announced it anywhere else.
Nice.
So the guide will help me grab the best buses, connect with the best people. 100% of my vendors, locals, partners, assistants are Black. This is pro-Black. 100% of the money stays in our Black community.
So look, Philly. Now I'm finna put this on Chrissy. She didn't ask. It's Chrissy's responsibility to find us a venue for down to the bar, Philadelphia, and I could be there within the next 90 days. Chrissy,
come on, 90 days.
Okay, I could be there within the next. Real talk. I don't have nothing on my schedule for August or September. So Philly, the ball is in Chrissy. It's on Chrissy. Chrissy,
you know what's dope? What? You know what's dope, Funky, that I thought of, because you have something so powerful. When you gave the speech about who you realized who your audience was on that cruise, I think for those who, you know, they got the whole real ID and people who are afraid to fly or afraid to, or, you know, can't leave the country for a number of reasons. We have Pittsburgh, Canada, New York, Virginia, DC. So many people do road trips to Philly. So I feel like you can honestly do a hotel takeover for a whole weekend.
See,
I think that could be your next level.
Here you go. Okay, well, we could plan it then, B.
Let us know in the comments, y'all.
We
need to come to Philly.
Yes, you planned it in. But look, send me over and Michelle B a list of a couple of venues that you're thinking about. And real talk, we'll get it on the books for in the next 60 to 90 days. Chrissy, is there anything else you want to leave the people with and let them know where they can find you across all social media platforms?
Yes. So support me on social media, Philly Experiences. If you want to connect, if you want to partner, if you have a platform that I can come and speak to your audience, whether podcast, whatever, I'm getting better at getting on and doing these interviews. Definitely connect with me, Philly Experiences at Gmail. You can just reach me. My website has all the information. I'm barely on LinkedIn, but I'm trying. Just reach out to me if y'all want to connect. I am here. You're Philly, John, like for real. I'm here to connect the dots. I appreciate this opportunity. I'm excited to get in front of your audience, and just go ahead and grab this guide. This guide has everything you need. And the bonus is you get an additional guide, the Black Culture Tours and Museum Guides. There's over 10 other tour operators and museum owners in this city that need support. And you get a checklist. So you have no excuse. Pack your bags. I'll help you pack it.
And the guide is very friendly on the pocketbook. Chrissy Watts, thank you so much, my love. I'll be looking for them venues, and I look forward to meeting you in person pretty soon and connecting with you. Let's work, real talk. Let's work, go down to the bar Philly, and then let's work me, you, and Legra and do a hotel takeover. I'm with it.
Why not? Because August is Black Business Month. That is actually really perfect.
Oh, so let's get on it sooner than later then, girl. Okay. I get Legra on the line and put us all on the email. We'll make it happen.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Philly Experience. You have a good one.
All right. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Oh my God, I love that. And guys, look how. Let me just put this out here, Funky Bunch. I'm also open to doing business with you guys. You see the way me and Rashida came together with the mood serving candles. That was Rashida's idea. Rashida stepped to me on the side. She shot her shot. She was like, you know, Dineva, this what I got going on. Bam, 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 bam. This girl just came to the side. Shit, she already got the hotels. Now, I don't know if she was hoeing and they gonna tell it down to the hotels. The edible don't kick in. We got about 14 more stories. Y'all want me to do them 14 stories or roll them over to tomorrow? I might have to roll them stories over to tomorrow because it's kicking in. But no, I love when opportunities like this present themselves. When I just have to be the marketing arm and there is somebody else on the ground who can do all the leg work and I just have to promote and come and show up and do my funky Dineva thing. Oh, baby, let's do it. See, these hotel takeovers, she don't launch the whole nother arm of business because, baby, we got down to the bar. We got the hotel takeovers. And then, bitch, we could come do a hotel takeover and let it end with a down to the bar. We definitely, for those of you guys who went with us to Las Vegas to see Anita Baker, we definitely have got to do another Vegas. And at that time, we didn't call it a hotel takeover because it was only 40 of us. But when I tell y'all, we had an amazing time down to the Venetian. Oh, let me tell y'all hoes this real quick. Because Legra had done hit me. Legra had done hit me. All right. So Legra talking about, just put this on y'all calendar softly. She said, hey, Dineva, I have all the quotes for Punta Cana for a quick November trip. November 6th through the 9th, 2025. Prices would start at $9.99 for double occupancy. Staying at the Royalton Chic Punta Cana. Let me know if these dates work and I'll build a booking page. And I told her, yeah, this worked. I told her that on Wednesday. So with that being said, just really quickly, it's a quick day trip. It's $1,000 bus down the middle. That's $500 a person. How many of y'all is in? Because a lot of y'all was saying, oh, the cruise. Some people don't cruise. It don't have to be Punta Cana, but just so I can get a feel for if we need to move forward or not. How many of y'all down in November to just go somewhere? Go somewhere. And if we talking like you know, all in, maybe like $1,500. That's all in. That's flight, all inclusive, food and everything. $1,500. I think that's a real cute little 1-2 step situation in November. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell Legra. Now listen, we trying to keep it cheap, so yeah, we ain't gonna be going to damn south of France and all. We gonna be going to for the little yang. We gonna be going to like the Mexicos, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, you know, things like that. Just a little yang around the house. She said, I need the numbers to be solo 50. We'll have an extra $500 then, bitch. Listen, it costs to be the boss. You want to live alone or you want a roommate, bitch? Vacation don't change from real life. Okay, bitches, you want 3 roommates or you want a 1-bedroom apartment? If you want your own 1-bedroom apartment, then you got to pay the full rent. If you want cheap rent, you got to have a roommate. That's about as friendly as I could do, bitch. Okay? In the words of Smokey Mama from next Friday, make it enough. You're going to have to make it enough, sis. Somebody said, can we go to Cuba? Girl, I don't think this is the right time. I don't think this is the right time for us to be going over there. Relations, the 6th through the 9th. They said November 6th through the 9th. I don't think the relations is proper between the Blacks, the US, and the Spanish folks for us to be going over there to Cuba. We're going to have to wait another generation or two. But let me also ask y'all this really quickly, and then we'll move on. I'm dying to do a cabin situation. I'm dying to do a cabin situation. I'm dying to do a cold weather situation. Drop down in the chat right now, just so me and Legra could have an idea. Where are some places stateside that y'all would like to go to as a group? I know we going to Vegas, because that's just my personal. But where are some things stateside that y'all would like to go to? Somebody said adult summer camp. Where are some? Okay, somebody put Big Bear, California. Put these in the thing. Somebody said ski trip. It could be. It could be a ski trip. Somebody said the Catskills, Aspen, Wyoming. Like, I really wanted to be somewhere that we ordinarily just would not think about going. Somebody put Blue Ridge, Colorado. It's cute. Cabin situation sound like a freak off. I got a man. What your man got to do with me? Nothing. Because if you got one and he got money, he could be our man. Sorry, baby. I got a man. Lake Tahoe, Alaska, Gatlinburg, Sedona, Arizona. I would love for us to go to Arizona. Palm Springs, Niagara Falls. I went to Copper Mountain, Colorado in February. Blue Ridge, I've been, is nice. Blue Ridge is very nice. I've gone in the warmer months, and me and my friends went whitewater rafting, guys, and it was so cool. Grand Canyon, Colorado, we're going to figure it out, because I would just love for us to do it. Also, yeah, we just got to figure it out. We just got to figure it out, because ideally, Funky Bunch, ideally, I would love to get together at least 4 times a year, like a cruise, out the country trip, and then maybe like 2 stateside meetups or whatever. I think that that'll be really cool. And because we're doing 4 of them, that'll be different times of year, and they will be all different budgets as well. Then let me ask y'all this, just out of curiosity. Somebody said once every quarter. That'll be cool. Let me also ask y'all this. How many of y'all would be interested in doing an expensive trip? Like a we do the cruise that does the Mediterranean itinerary, or we go to the UK together, or somebody said Oleta Park. Miami, get your mother effing ass. Get your MFing ass out the chat, Miami-Dade County. How many of y'all would be interested in an expensive trip? And obviously, I know we're not going to get the 200. You know what? We going to Africa. That'll be our expensive trip. That will be our expensive trip. We going to Africa, but I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I'm taking the Funky Bunch to Let's Go See Slave Quarters, Africa. I don't know that I want to do that. Also, too, if I'm going to be sitting around crying or whatever, I want that to be with my most intimate people. We going to the young, rich, and African. We going over there to Johannesburg. We going over there to South Africa. We going to the Serengeti. I don't even know where none of these places at. I'm talking like we could just take an Uber to get to all of them. But we going to go on over there to Africa. Now, somebody said the Ritz-Carlton cruise coming up. Please don't play with me, bitch, because I got my coins. Okay, now, let me explain to you the criteria. Let me explain to you the criteria to get on that Ritz-Carlton cruise. That Ritz-Carlton cruise is going to require you and your husband both make $150,000 a piece or more. And either y'all have no kids or y'all kids is grown. Because that Ritz-Carlton cruise is going to easily be like $7,000 or $8,000. Now, if I got some of the Ritz-Carlton girls, in the chat, put Ritz, because Girl, fuck all these other tours. I'm around here trying to accommodate the librarians and the school teachers, honey. We can just put us one old nasty cruise together for the Ritz. Because, honey, I'm a Ritz. Because we ain't even got to go to Punta Cana. Minimum criteria. Somebody said Ritz crackers. Y'all off the chain. I'm just have to say that Ritz-Carlton cruise for my rich friends. I wanted to do the Brian McKnight story right now, not talking about his son after having cancer, but I don't want to do that right now because I feel like we in a high and that's going to take us down. But I will take y'all right here to Tems. Tems recently took to Twitter and, you know, she fires back at people talking about her body. She says, okay, 7 years in and it's time to pack it up. I never thought I'd say this, but y'all are weird. It's small. It's flat. It's fat. Dog, it's mine. Show us your bum bum. So me too, I will turn and say, see, now show me yours first. See how it feels? It's just a body. I will add and lose weight. I never once hid my body. I just didn't feel like I needed to approve or disapprove from anyone. The more you don't like my body, the better for me, actually. It's enough for me. Move on from my bum. So somebody put, real one knows she just have big laps and not an actual ass. Can I tell y'all something? I was looking at some like throwback BET video shows. A lot of times when I'm cleaning up, I put my TV on like R&B cleanup mix or whatever, and it'll pull in a lot of videos from the 90s. And y'all, I liked the 90s, and I'm just talking about Black America at this point. I want one of y'all right now to describe the bodies of the girls from Changing Faces. Describe the bodies of the girls from Brownstone. Describe the bodies of the girls from Cut Close. And at the very end of the day, more people than not would just say regular Black girl bodies. Just regular. They were not known for their bodies. It just wasn't a thing. Can we just get back to a world where people were just regular? They were just regular. You were petite. You didn't have an ass. You might have had a little piece of titty. You might not have had no titty and a little bit of ass. You might not have had both, but it was one thing them hoes had, baby. They had a nasty rap. Now, see, that's what I miss. All my 90s Black girls, y'all talk to me real quick. It wasn't so much about the body. It was about their hair. It was about their hair, and it was about that jean skirt. It was about their hair, them nails, and that jean skirt. Okay? That's what it was about. That halter top, that hair, them nails, and that jean skirt. That rap was going to hit. Baby, you could have been ugly and had a cross eye like a lid, baby. What that rap did, get it on time. Okay, yes, honey. She wrote a 4-page letter with that rap cross that eye. Matter of fact, Music Soul Child need a rap so he could take them glasses off. It was about that rap. And when it came to the hair, what I liked about it was hair was an even playing field for every Black woman. Because if you had long hair, you had a wrap with a bang. If you could pull off a pixie, that's what you gave. If you could pull off finger waves. When Missy came out, wasn't nobody talking about Missy body. Baby, it was about them finger waves. It was about your outfit and your hair. Can we just get back to that? Because here is the thing. I think this media, it has given us all, what's the word I'm looking for? Unrealistic expectations of what people are supposed to look like. Here's the reality of the situation. most all of us got imperfect bodies. God don't give you, it's so many of us, it's a lot of us got a real cute face and we fat. It's some of us that got a banging body that any man from here to Pluto will want to hunch, but our face look like dog kibble. Okay. It's some people who shape like a mustard bottle, but they not like regular people got regular bodies. Okay. And more people than not, body is somewhere in between skinny with a bad shape and fat with some curves. Most people sit right there in that pocket. Can we just get back to that? Like, I don't even remember nobody ever even calling Missy fat. We called her fly. I don't remember anybody talking about Total and Cut Close and Janae and all. We never, Deborah and Shanice, and we never discussed them girls' bodies. Never. It was about their hair and that black lip liner. It was their hair and that black lip liner. Baby, that swoop bang and that jean skirt. Somebody said everybody wanted to hunch Heavy D. It was the God honest truth. Anyway, y'all, it's almost 9:30. Let me get my ass off the line. There's 4 more stories on the thing, but I'm going to roll. Now, I'll do this last story since we're talking about hair. I'll do this last story. So, Offset feels away. Where you going, Riot? Riot. Right. Get in your bed. Get in your bed. Get in your bed. That one, this one over here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I feel a way about this. So Offset took to social media and said, now when somebody died for playing with my son, then they're gonna call me the crash out. I don't care how I look, trolling with my kid ends bad. I agree with him 100%. Unacceptable. Cardi B got her son's hair braided like that other man that she's dating who do that pink cocaine with them girls on that boat. I don't care who is right or who is wrong in the situation. This is unacceptable. And this is not no coincidence. This is not no coincidence. Cardi, you took it too far. Cardi, you took it too far. Cardi, you took it too far. Because the moment he get custody of the kids and him and his new girl is in Miami and she toting your baby around on her hip, talking about my stepson, we don't want to hear your mouth. We don't want to hear your mouth. Oh, they say the son hair was like that months ago. Hold on. What they saying? They saying his hair was like that months ago. But wasn't she hunching him months ago? Or they say Offset don't even know what that baby look like. Child, well, hold on. Let me fix it then. Let me fix it. That's one thing I like about this show. Because sometimes we just get the shit wrong. But because I ain't seeing it, we just come back and fix it. Somebody said it's not a big deal. It would be a big deal to me if it was current. They said Offset ain't seen that baby since March, Lord. So it looked like Stephon Diggs copied the son's hair. All right, I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to let some more investigation be underway before I go in and let have. I'm going to let some more investigation be underway. Anyway, I'm finna get off the line. I'll call y'all later. Bye.